Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope and pray everybody is doing well and taking care of themselves. I thought I was going to be able to do this without my coffee, but I changed my mind just that quickly. Life is still really crazy. If it's not one thing, it's another, right? You know, my family in California now is dealing with wildfires, not directly, but indirectly. And I know the Gulf Coast is preparing for a hurricane. It is just like, what more can 2020 throw our way, right? So I sincerely hope you're taking care of yourselves and staying well and staying safe in the midst of all this. Um, of course, it's hard to not think about certain topics, given the life circumstances that we're in. I've experienced my own, set of storms and trials in the past few months, and so some of that has really caused me to think about the topics that I put on my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to talk to y'all about being adaptability, and how are you handling adapting and knowing that you have to adapt in order to be the best version of yourself or to step into your purpose. So let me kind of rewind and say what I mean by that. So I tend to try not to be the person that is telling the same story over and over again. And so I know that y'all have seen, if you've seen my last few videos, you know that I had a house fire, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of where life has put me at right now. And so Jay and I are living in an apartment for about 6 months until everything is fixed and, taken care of at my house, right? And so um, I have dealt with the past, for the past month and a half now, since almost 2 months now. Um, I would be lying if I said that I haven't dealt with this kind of kicking and screaming a little bit. Externally, no, that would not be cute if you saw me kicking and screaming. But internally, I have had moments where I question, I tend to be the type of person that I try to find a bigger purpose in something, in everything, really, I guess. But really praying and asking, what is the purpose of this in the midst of everything? I had just got through kind of a season of anxiety and a little bit of stress and worrying if I was going to lose my teaching job, and so I kind of got through that hurdle, and I thank God I didn't lose my job. I did lose a class, but it just the timing of things is never right. There's never a perfect time for something crazy to happen, right? And so that's the point of what I want to share with you as far as having to adapt. If we do not learn how to adapt, it is going to have an impact on how successful you are in regard to your joy and your happiness and your success just in general in life. I strongly believe that. Y'all know the topic I have for my channel and the topic of my blog is all about being fit for your purpose, right? And so in order for you to be fit in your purpose, and, if you're new to my channel and you haven't heard me say, I truly believe that we were all created for a purpose. I am someone that I have been fortunate and blessed to step into my purpose. And I feel like I'm in the beginning stages of it. I feel like there's more to come. And so I am such a huge advocate and somebody who really wants that for a lot of people, because living in my purpose, which my purpose outside of being a mom and that sort of thing is, teaching and mentoring and encouraging and even inspiring individuals to become the best versions of themselves. And so when you are living within your purpose, so many other areas of life are easier to deal with. Meaning, for example, my students hear me say this all the time. I love, love, love my job, right? I probably say it every other video on here, right? But I love what I do. I love my job. It's fulfilling. I love being able to sit down and talk to my students and encourage them and see, the visions that they have for themselves. And if I can be of any help and assistance to be able to help guide them in the right direction, then I welcome those opportunities. And so when life throws craziness my way, my job is not something that I dread. In fact, I look forward to sitting down and working and, doing all that comes with my teaching job. I look forward to the one-on-ones that I have with the girls in my mentoring group and the students that I've built, relationships with. And so when you're living within your purpose, that's what I mean when I say everything else helps, right? Because I know people that have, they hate their jobs, they don't want to do it. And then when life throws any other thing their way, then it just feels like so much more to carry. And so that is why I, like I said, I designed this channel and put together my blog to give encouragement to those people that want to step into their purpose in life. And so part of that is having to adapt. And if you don't adapt, I'm not going to turn this into a how to, how do you adapt, because we're all different, right? We all approach things very differently. But I will say, I think one of the common areas that we all need to embrace when it comes to being able to adapt is having a better attitude, right? I'm going to give you a visual. So y'all know I'm in an apartment for about 6 months, and it's very white. I'm in my bedroom. I should have made my bed before I thought to do this, but I didn't. So, oh well. Sorry, Mom. I do make my bed most days. But everything is white in here. This is my new norm, right? In my house, I have an office where I can, separate work and life. And I've had to turn a little corner of my room into my office space because I have to lecture and do class online and whatnot. And so I'm living it right now. I'm having to adapt. Like I said, I haven't done it. Lord knows I'm not perfect. Have I done it kicking and screaming internally a little bit? I have, but I have embraced it, and I have said, you know what? I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose, and I'm gonna have a good attitude about it. There's a lot of white walls in this room, and there could be somewhere in the room a little speck. Maybe they forgot they didn't see it and they didn't paint over it. Having a negative attitude is seeing that one little speck on all these brand new white walls. Okay, looking and focusing on that. Okay, instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to adjust. I'm going to accept the circumstances for what they are and do my part and making sure that I can move forward through this process. Okay, we've all had to adapt with wearing masks. We've had to adapt with not hugging people anymore. We've had to adapt with working from home. We've had to adapt with not seeing our loved ones. But we can do it with a smile on our face, or we can do it and focus on that negative spot that's on the wall and, hope for the best. But I can kind of guarantee you that's not really the best approach if you're going to choose to focus on what's wrong instead of what's right. So I encourage you this week to think about what's going on in your life and ask yourself, how can I adapt to this situation? Everything is seasonal, guys. Nothing lasts forever. So we are going to get past this. We're going to get to a point where we're not in this moment anymore, but and then this moment, me and all the stuff with COVID, and then whatever else you have on top of your plate in dealing with life, right? Because life is going to throw stuff at us. There's no perfect timing, right? It seems like it's going to hit at the wrong time because that's just how life works. But we can choose to adapt and roll with it and keep moving within our purpose, which is what I hope you choose to do, and not focus on that speck on the wall. Okay. All right, guys. I hope y'all have a great week or weekend, depending on when you watch this. Stay well, wear your mask, and I will see y'all on the next video.